Football is back, ladies and gentlemen, which now means it's time to get your team's football shirt. But I'm not trying to pay £120 for a football shirt. I'm just saying. But I have found the solution for myself and for you, the lovely audience of the Don Husam channel, with your own coupon promo code. And this is the solution, ladies and gentlemen. All you've got to do is just go to okjersey.com. As you guys can see, all the options are there. Of course, I'm a Liverpool fan, you guys already know. And then this is the shirt. Look how amazing it looks. I'm just going to go pick my size. And then after that, I'm going to choose the Premier League patch. And listen, I'm too old to be putting any player names on the back. So I'm just going to get it as it is. I'm going to click add to cart, view cart. And this is the same thing that you guys do on any website. You proceed to check out. You fill in all your information. And then after that, coupon code Husam. When you click this coupon code, you get a 8% discount. Enjoy shopping, guys. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another stream, ladies and gentlemen. We are out here and we're here to talk about all things Liverpool. This is a Liverpool only stream. We ain't here to talk about the Premier League. We ain't here to talk about none of that. We just talk about our club, Liverpool Football Club. Appreciate and love every single one of you. Thank you guys so much for joining us on yet another stream. There's already 200 people almost in the building. I appreciate you all, guys. You know how this show is going to get. I don't want to keep interrupting everyone to say like and subscribe. So please, whether you're watching this right now or on the replay, it literally takes 3 seconds and it helps the channel to grow. Because the algorithms, as all the content creators on the panel, the algorithms have been messing up lately, so we need you guys' help. And every like helps push the show to more and more and more people. So I appreciate and love you all. Also, all the links to my brother's channel is in the description. Mike Das LFC in the description. Emika doesn't have a channel yet. Liverpool Chats TV in the description. That's where you can find Jamie. Beige and Reds TV. That's where you can find Barnes. And KMAC channel. That's where you can find KMAC. Every single link is in the description.
10 subscribers from 2K.
There you go. 10 subscribers from 2K. One of the mods posts the link to KMAX channel as well in the chat. So you can go get them to 2K right here, right now. Appreciate and love you all. Big up to Wolfie, actually, who just raided us. So I appreciate you, Wolfie. Thank you, my brother, for the raid. Big up, man. Appreciate you, my guy. Look, let's just get straight into it. 332 people locked in, like I said. And I want to start off by talking about the game yesterday. Before we get into transfers, everything. I'll start off with Jamie. Talk to me, Jamie, brother. Your thoughts on the game yesterday.
First off, before I start, I just want to say I'm in a great mood because my daughter just came home, so I'm in a good mood for that. And it's my son's birthday tomorrow, so I'm in a good mood. I can't get angry tonight. No angry tonight, unless someone pisses
Appreciate
me
it. Happy for you, Jamie.
Cheers. The game yesterday, it was for me tactically Liverpool's best game under Arne Slot this season, from a tactical point of view. The first 20 minutes is the first 20 minutes. We all expected, like most Liverpool fans expected, to get battered, yeah. And the first 20 minutes was sort of how it was going. Although Arsenal all over us, but I don't think they were making big, clear chances at the same time. A lot of action in our half, but how many real big chances were they creating? Not really anything either. So, yeah, first 20 minutes was a bit sticky. Then we got into the game a little bit. And then for the rest of the first half, it was a bit up and down between both sides. Both sides didn't really want to play. And then in the second half, we did what Slot usually did last season, in the good parts of last season, where, we got into them in the second half and got them to play a little bit better. And, yeah, the play was good in the second half. We should have had a penalty. I don't care what anyone says. It's obstruction. It's a blatant penalty. Obviously, Bradley hitting the crossbar in the first half, which was a great effort. Frimpong, Frimpong for once. I like Frimpong, and I think his decision making has been decent this season. He has got a couple of assists, but yesterday I think he was a little bit rash with his decision making. He had a simple pass to Wirtz in the box, where it went behind him instead of in front of him, and Wirtz is probably getting the chance off to score there. Probably does score. So Liverpool created opportunities. Obviously, it goes down to 0 shots on target for Liverpool in the whole game, but Liverpool created the better chances and looked like the team more likely to win that game of football yesterday. And I saw a tactical approach from the team, and for me, just seeing that gives me a glimmer of hope that there is something there. there were some good performances individually as well. You know, Konate and Virgil, I thought were fantastic. You know, Virgil with it. You know, that game was Virgil sorting out and marshalling that back line yesterday was a work of art, in my opinion. The way at the right times he's making them drop deep, but then pushing them up higher up the pitch. You know, always marshalling it. Konate, you know, had a great game. I thought Conor Bradley looked decent till the injury. Poor sod. I thought he had a good relationship with Frimpong on the right-hand side. I thought Kerkez was good. Cody Gakpo's Cody Gakpo. And then the midfield. Our midfield was better in our midfield yesterday. And I don't say that much about Liverpool this season. Gravenberch kept Rice quiet. I think he followed him around the whole pitch, got stuck into him, kept him pretty quiet, stopped him playing. Zubimendi yesterday made McAllister look like Usain Bolt, which is, you know, crazy. You know, McAllister run past Zubimendi. I hadn't seen that all season. He found his legs yesterday. Big up, Max. I don't know where you've been hiding them. Yeah, there was good performances, but look, it was 0-0 at the end of the day. And yeah, I'm celebrating it like a win because we all thought we were getting battered. You know, that's not lie here. We all thought we were getting smashed up, you know, and we didn't. And Arsenal have not beaten us this season. This crap, shitty Liverpool side have not been beaten by apparently Europeans' best team. And yeah, and didn't lay a glove on us in either game, to be fair. So, all over to get the win. And I know the other thing with the subs, before I let everyone else speak, I know a lot of people talk about why didn't Rio come on, why didn't Chiesa come on. I actually don't think they would have done anything different or better than a winger for a winger and a winger for a winger because we've got no one up top. You know, Cody Gakpo defensively is better than Rio, so I can understand why Cody was playing. Would Rio give you more? Yes, but Rio likes to take men on and go on the outside. But then if he's got no one to pull it back to in the middle, then you're not going to get the best out of Rio at the same time. So I can understand why there weren't any subs. You know, if we had a front man, if you had someone up there, a front man, a proper striker, then conceding, then taking the wingers off and putting different wingers on might benefit Liverpool at the end because you've got a man up top to hit to. So, yeah, I don't think there's too much to complain about. I really don't. It was a tactically good performance, and you know, hopefully we can get players fit coming up, get your Ekitikes back, get Gomez back on the pitch, you know, and get Salah back after the AFCON and try and kick on a little bit because I want to start being positive as a Liverpool fan for the next few weeks.
Yeah.
Get who back after AFCON?
Salah.
But will he track back? Will he track back? That's the question. Will he track back? After watching yesterday,
you've gone early there.
Will he track back, brother?
Look, if you're playing Frimpong and Salah together, he'd be absolutely fine.
So I wanted to actually just touch on that as well. What Jamie said as well, because I thought it was like a mirror image of the game at Anfield. Like Arsenal had us on neck and a noose for the first like 20 minutes. Same at Anfield. Kind of found our feet, moved some players around because he did. He rotated Cody and Wirtz, which helped. And then second half, we were the better team. And I mean, I watched the highlights because I was on a train, but I was just expecting like maybe Dominic Szoboszlai to score a worldie, and he had a free kick as well. And it was like, oh, is it literally the same game? But
yeah.
But Slot made a brave decision for me, and it was the right decision, and it was to play Frimpong. Because if he hadn't played Frimpong, then we'd have been completely penned in, and we'd have had no outlet whatsoever. And he had the ball a lot, and he skinned his man a lot. I think Frimpong is going to be something really special for us, you know. I really do.
I agree.
Like, when
now we can finally see him at actual right back as well.
When he gets his confidence.
Sorry, K-Back. What did he do? What did you say he did?
Go on, goals. Skinned his man. Just ran past him.
Sorry, say that again. What was he doing to his man on the right wing?
He skinned his man.
Skinned his man.
Okay.
Skinned can mean dribble as well, but I mean ran past him. Like,
I agree. That's what he was doing on the right wing. It was nice to see that on the right wing again.
And
I agree. Of course it was.
Very effective.
I
You
thought
can still do that
everyone played.
overlapping.
I thought everybody played really well. I mean, look, Cody didn't offer a lot, but what Cody did is Cody tracked back and helped with Saka. Like, watch it back. Like he went back with him quite a lot and played quite deep. But look, beggars can't be choosers. We haven't got any attackers. Like, they're all injured. Like, injured or not here. So it's like you can't do anything if you haven't got anything there. And we can all say Chiesa should have played, but Chiesa wouldn't have been the guy doing the work, and he's also not got the relationships with the players. So I just don't think that would have worked. And I think he would have just ran out of steam. And we're probably going to use Chiesa to beat Barnsley anyway, by the looks of it. But what I did want to mention is the fucking frauds of the officials in that game. So bad. Like, so bad. So one-sided. How on earth did the first penalty not get looked at? How did that not get reviewed by VAR? But the second one did. I thought the second one was a penalty as well, by the way, and a yellow card. And that's a second yellow card for Trossard, which is probably why they didn't give it, because he would have got sent off. No one likes to send an Arsenal player off, do they? Because Sky Sports and TalkSport and everybody then goes on a media campaign saying Arsenal getting bad decisions. But the first one, I have seen that given so many times on replays when the player stood on his foot. Like, you stand on his foot in the box and he trips over, it's a penalty. Like,
Didn't Frimpong stand on his?
Like, if the ref doesn't see it, the VAR sees it, but the VAR didn't replay it.
But I thought Frimpong stood on his foot.
I'll be honest with you guys.
robbed.
Like, if that was given against us, I'll be fuming.
Yeah, I don't think that's a penalty.
I think it's too soft.
But it's given, though. That's what I mean. It's given with VAR. Like, they replayed that so many times. And I don't know whether we want to talk about the Bradley incident yet.
No, let me get into that.
We'll leave that one.
Let me get into that after.
Geez,
Tim, I hear you, but here's your reality. Pens don't get called at Arsenal. Pens don't get called against Arsenal. They don't. That's just a reality. Anthony Taylor is the referee.
Slot did well, by the way. Like, fair play to him. He did well for me. And I'm wearing my shirt again now because I'm starting to believe a bit now.
The penalty that you're talking about with Frimpong, I agree with Husam. I think it was soft. He didn't stand on his foot. He put his foot underneath Frimpong's heel and it caused him to go over. But he did kick him slightly before he did that. It would have been soft. I would have been fuming if it was given against us. But fair play, it has been given before. Agreed, 100%. The Wirtz one now, he got body checked like he in the NFL. That should have been a pen because he didn't even try to play the ball. It should have been a pen.
Control of the ball.
The issue exactly.
But that's because,
To be honest, Barnes, what Mike just said is why I think it wasn't given, because I think Wirtz lost control of the ball.
He
Had he had control of the ball,
if he keeps it closer, it's a pen. If he keeps it closer,
you know what's
it's
funny,
a pen.
guys? Here's the joke. What's funny is if that had happened out in the middle of the pitch, that was getting called a foul.
Yeah,
I mean, that's just the nuance of the game.
That is fair, but unfortunately,
Just
that's
the
just how
nuance of the game.
football is. Like, the decisions that get given in the middle of the pitch is not the same as the penalty box. You know,
To me,
like,
that's
is
wild.
it fair? No, but it's just how the sport is. But listen, my thing is, the reason why I'm not complaining about the penalties is because I always go like, listen, if these were given against us, I'll be fuming. I think they're just so soft. I'd be mad if they're given against us. So,
But they'd be given against us.
like
We
the
know they'd be
Konate
given
one
against
against
us.
Leeds. The Konate one against Leeds. What Mike said is true, which is the player actually had control of the ball. Had Wirtz had control of the football, I think it's penalty straight away. The problem is the issue is he lost control of the football just a second before the fucking tackle. Had he just kept the ball
After the fourth person he dribbled past.
yes.
that was a crazy move, though. That was a crazy move by
Yeah, it was
was.
good dribbling.
That's what we rely on now to score goals. Dribbling past 4 players, which is
Yeah.
unsustainable. Anyway, you know, Jamie said something that's key. He said, I've got nothing to complain about. You know who's got stuff to complain about? Mike Das. Mike, talk to people, brother.
Listen, first and foremost, when you say complain, you are putting a negative connotation on criticism. All right. So it's not complaining. I will start for once in my life on this stream. I will say the positives. I will say the positives of the game. From minute 0 to minute 70, I thought everything that we did was executed to perfection. We neutralized Arsenal. Arsenal were very predictable in their attack. I've said it for weeks. They isolate the wings. They double up Saka and Timber. And if it's Martinelli on the left, it's just Martinelli. And they create everything from wide spaces. How did Arne Slot counter that? He played 2 right backs in right back, and he put 8 guys in the box. We didn't give them anything centrally. Kerkez was also atrocious. He was never in the middle. He was never there to receive the pass. But Ibu and Kanate made him atrocious. Ibu and Virgil were in the middle clearing everything. Cody Gakpo, solid defensively. Everyone put in a good defensive shift from minute 0 to minute 70. Where I began to have the problem is that from the 44th minute to the 91st minute, Arsenal had no shots. In the second half, Liverpool had more passes in Arsenal's half than any other team in the last 4 years at the Emirates. So you controlled the game. Arsenal weren't going to do anything. There was nothing to be afraid of. They weren't coming at you. They weren't holding the ball. They weren't attacking. It was all you. And what did you decide to do from the 70th minute on? You literally stopped attacking. From the 80th minute on, Virgil van Dijk started clearing the ball from the halfway line. From the 90th minute on, you sat in a shell and you let Arsenal attack you to death. I think Arsenal had three shots in the full extra time, so you had no intention of scoring a goal. When it came to what our offensive tactics were, it was isolate Jeremy Frimpong into a 3v1 and let him beat 3 guys. And if he gets into the box, we'll try to score. If that doesn't happen, we're not breaking our shape. We're not going to attempt anything. Cody Gakpo can't take his man on, so we're not going to go down the left-hand side. We'll just calmly pass it around the back, try to isolate Frimpong again. If he beats his man, maybe we score. My issue is that we became more and more pragmatic the more and more we started to dominate the game, tactically speaking. I do sympathize a little bit with Jamie's point. I don't know how much of a difference Rio Ngamoa would have made or Federico Chiesa would have made. I think Curtis Jones would have made a fantastic difference in terms of unlocking the attack, taking the ball, dribbling, trying to make something happen on his own through the middle. My issue is that a draw didn't do anything for me. And not to mention, for the last 3 seasons, everyone on this panel and everyone in this chat has given Arsenal shit for going away to Manchester City and playing for a draw when they're dominating the game. Every year you call them cowards. Every year you say you don't want to win. Every year you say this is why you're not a league champion. And the one time we do it, everyone wants to turn around and become a hypocrite and say, I'm happy. You know what? I'm happy with the point. I didn't have a single shot on target that whole game, but I'm happy. And I'm not Arsenal, so you can't use that energy on me. I'm not a coward. You can't. Hold on, K-Mac. Hold on, K-Mac. That's fine. But you sat here and you called Arsenal a coward for doing the same thing. We didn't have a single shot on target.
Yeah, but they were challenging.
We had 65% possession in the second half. Arsenal did not have a shot, and we did not try to win that game. At no point as a team did we try to win. It was try to isolate our fastest player for individual brilliance. And if it happens, it happens. And fair play, because if Frimpong was better at decision-making on the day, he missed Verts for a wide-open shot. He didn't take the shot on the right side when I felt like he could have. I know that people were blaming him for not passing it to Gakpo, but let's be real. That would have had to been a perfect pass. So just shoot it on goal. Again, minute 0 to minute 70, I agree with everything that you guys are saying. But with the flow of the game and viewing this in isolation and the fact that you have the ability to go to the league leaders who are 14 points ahead of you, which I will not forget, 14 points ahead of you, and you could have shut them up at their own ground. You could have attacked them. You could have put the real pressure on them, but you never did. You never came out of your shell. And that's the issue that I have, that last 20 minutes, because a point doesn't do me good. Congrats. I'm 2 points ahead of Brentford now. The mighty Brentford, I'm only 2 points ahead of them after a draw. Big up. Amazing. I'm not about results at this stage of the season. I'm 14 points off the top. I ain't winning this league. I need to see something. So minute 0 to 70, I'm a happy man. Minute 70 to minute 90, I was screaming at my PC the entire time because you didn't try to do anything. And the only reason why he made a substitution is because, listen, big up Bradley, speedy recovery. If Bradley doesn't go down, we don't make a sub. That's it. It's that simple. No one comes on, no fresh legs, no attempt to win the game. And I'm not gonna turn around and have this energy when I called Arsenal cowards for the last 3 seasons. I called them cowards going away to the Etihad, playing pragmatic defensive football and never going for it. We had the best opportunity to go for it. Kind of reminded me at the end of the game last season when Salah equalized, and all of a sudden we were just battering them. Arsenal couldn't get out of their own half. And what does Endo do? He looks at Darwin Núñez. He looks at Darwin Núñez and he passes it backwards. Like, I don't subscribe to this mentality. I'm Liverpool. I don't care if I'm 14 points off the top. I'm not going to sit here and celebrate a draw like it's a victory. Good performance from the boys. Ryan Gravenberch, amazing. Frimpong, fantastic. Cody Gakpo, great defensively. Ibu, Virgil, even McAllister, someone who I shit on. All great. All great. All great. But that last 20 minutes just, I'm sorry.
Let me just read this because Ed is calling you out. So let's give him right of response. He says, how much, Husam, you know what I mean? No money will silence Mike. We're not going to do this. You get me? Appreciate you. There is no jail cell. This is not American Waffle. Shout out to Staffy, but this is not American Waffle. Hey, this is what he's calling you out on. Wait, hold on. Didn't you say if we lost and played a good game tactically, you'd be happy? What the fuck?
Absolutely. I would have. If we had went there and we went toe-to-toe and you know, it was attack versus attack.
We can't go toe-to-toe with Arsenal.
I'm just saying.
It's not good enough.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Results don't matter at this point. I'm a top 4 side. The manager said it himself. He's going for 4th or 5th. So at this point, just show me some fight. I know that you have no intentions of winning this league. So show me some fight. If I lose to Arsenal, who cares? 3 points dropped against the league leaders.
I'm sat here like thinking we probably should have got a penalty, at least one. Yeah, and we hit the
I don't
Arsenal had nothing. Arsenal had nothing.
You don't think it was a penalty, Mike?
They didn't make Allison do it.
I don't think it was a penalty either.
Listen.
What, the Verts one? What, the Verts one?
Yeah, I don't.
Verts lost control. Verts lost control
because he lost control. Because he lost control of the ball. Had he just had the ball for one more second, it would be a penalty.
Oh my God! So Daniel Sturridge and all that after the game, basically he said where he's placed the ball. If you go back and look at the replay, Gabriel actually turns the opposite way because he's been done by the dummy of Verts. Verts, if he goes past him, he's kicking the ball into the net. It's not that far away from him. The ball looks far away from. The ball looks far away from him because he's been fouled. But if his momentum keeps going in a run, he's actually closer to the ball than you think. When you're running and your body is stopped, the ball don't stop moving, guys. If you're keeping running and he's gone past him, he's almost with the ball. It's because what you're looking at is the foul where the ball is then. Look, if he's running and he doesn't get fouled, he's with the ball and he puts it in the net. It's simple logic.
I'm convinced. I'm convinced that wasn't given because Trossard would have got a second yellow, and he would have been
penalty aside. Just we'll speak about the penalty and the Martinelli thing and everything. But let's just park that to the side. I want to ask Mike a clarification question, just so we understand. And big up Ed and big up to everyone locked in. Please like and subscribe. Like I said, let's get to 200 likes. Look, this is my question. Let's all take a step back here. What does Mike not like about the performance? Tell me. What is it that's like annoying you about it?
The last 20 minutes. I made it very clear. The first half was tactical brilliance. You put 8 in the box. You had 2 right backs. You basically played with 2 left backs because Cody Gakpo was the second left back. And make no mistake, Frimpong was right next to Bradley. It's not like Frimpong was an outlet. In fact, many times Gravenberch would get the ball at the top of the box, look up, and just kick it out for a throw-in or kick it back to Raya. I'm fine with that, right? Neuter them at the beginning. Let all of the energy get sucked out of the building, which it was because you didn't have a shot for 50 minutes. It's just when the flow of the game became you controlling everything, you having more passes than anyone else at the Emirates in the second half of a game and not getting a single shot on target because you're not fully committing, because you're basically just saying if 2 guys can score a goal, do it. Like Verts and Frimpong, if you guys can make it happen by yourself, make it happen by yourself. But I'm not going to commit. And my issue is that in that last 20 minutes, you didn't commit. And because I felt like we really could have won that game. I do not think it would have been a difficult thing to win. They were not threatening at all.
Commit with.
What sub would you have made though? What substitution would you have made though for us to commit? What substitution?
I would have taken off. I would have put Rio on for Gakpo and Curtis on for McAllister. That's it. I would have kept Bradley there.
And then what if Arsenal go and score?
What is that going to improve? Like what would that sub improve? You think?
Well, number one, Rio would have given you something different, and he actually would have been able to beat his man to the byline. So that automatically would have made Arsenal think differently. I have a winger now who can get to the byline and cross one into the box. Cody Gakpo.
Cross it to who?
Haven't Arsenal only conceded like
Florian,
3 goals?
You just said take off Gakpo and put in Rio.
Haven't
Our
Arsenal
front,
only conceded
front
about
three
3 or
would
4
be
goals?
Rio. Our front three would be Rio, Wirtz, and Frimpong. So who would he
Yeah.
be crossing the ball to?
Anyone. Curtis Jones would be crashing the box. Wirtz was basically taking up
the box.
the central positions. Again, if you had just gone for it. Again, what does a draw get me? I'm like, I get that you guys are happy, but like in the grand scheme of things, 1 point away at Arsenal in a non-title title race.
I'll say this, yeah. If Liverpool turned up against Arsenal, played a right back at right wing, played a midfielder up front, and played Godi Gakpo on the left-hand side, yeah, and Arsenal, apart from Havertz, had a fully fit side and exchanged 6 wingers and 6 forwards in the game. 3 started, 3 came off, 3 new ones came on. If someone told me that before the game and you was going to get a 0-0 and you looked better than Arsenal at the day at the Emirates, I'm taking it all day long. That's what I'm saying. We've got to look at context sometimes. Let's look at the context. I know everyone keeps talking about this 0 shot on target, yeah? The fact of the matter is, the Wirtz penalty decision, by most people, majority say it's a penalty. So Liverpool created 2 penalty opportunities to Arsenal's 0, and we had less attacking power than Arsenal. We also hit the crossbar 3 inches lower; it's a goal. And if Frimpong literally passed the ball in front of Wirtz in the box and not behind him, he's probably scoring that as well. So Liverpool created goal scoring opportunities. Liverpool would never go to the Emirates and just try and batter them. It's not going to happen.
Jamie's right.
If the penalty's given and we score that, everyone's going to say that's a tactical masterpiece from Slot today. Yeah. And if the winger, if Frimpong actually passes it in front of Wirtz, which was an easy pass, I can guarantee you're all screaming at Frimpong for that pass. It's an easy pass, plays it in front of him, and he scores. It's 2-0, and we're probably calling this a tactical masterpiece. We're not going to go there and batter him like that. I actually think Slot's got the best of Arteta quite a bit now. I don't think Arteta's ever beat Slot yet, which is crazy to think.
No.
So I would actually be more concerned about my attack if I was an Arsenal fan than I would be if I'm a Liverpool fan, because we didn't have an attack. And it's as simple as that. And I've said this on this channel, Husam, for weeks now. Liverpool and Arsenal play very similarly when you watch them play.
Yeah.
Their build up going forward is quite boring and they're sluggish. What Arsenal are great at, they're great at winning 1-0s and killing games. They're the best in Europe at it at the moment, right? And that's why they are where they are. So I think it. Look, I'd love to win, but I'm fine with it because I saw a performance from my football club for the first time since the Atletico Madrid Real Madrid games. It's been a while.
I just want to mention one thing, because I think this has kind of been rectified recently. This is another positive, by the way. We're not conceding set pieces anymore. This was only a massive problem.
They only had 3.
No, I mean goals. Sorry,
I know that. And they only had 3 of them.
I mean, this has been a massive problem all season. We've conceded like 12, I think it's 13 set piece goals all season, like in the Premier League, which is ridiculous. And we've really done well recently with not conceding set pieces and the goals. So I think that's a big positive as well. And also what I wanted to say as well, if we played like this against Manchester City at their ground, we'd have probably got a good result there as well. So I'm hoping this is a learning curve for Arnie, that he just can't go to teams and try and outplay them.
He's not going to
try and press them off the pitch. And
so
look, we didn't have any forwards.
I know that, but he only played like this because he respects Arsenal.
I know, but it was almost a smashing
grab.
There's
only 2 teams in the league he's ever going to play like this against.
We'd have
City
all
and Arsenal.
Smashing grab from that game, and we nearly had it.
There's only 3 teams on the planet who'll play like this. 4: Real Madrid, PSG, Man City, and Arsenal. That's it. There's only 4 times you're ever going to see this.
Conceded at home this season.
Yeah, I don't. Sorry, not to cut you off. I think looking at the performance, I don't think it's anything to be excited about, or I think it's just, as fans of Liverpool, we're all just happy to not see our team just roll over and die. So I think it's something where you can be happy as a fan to see the team fighting for the badge. But I don't think it's something that gives me optimism for the next game or the game after as if something's changed. I think now our objectives for the season have clearly shifted, and Slot more or less said that in the interviews leading up to the match, where the focus now is the FA Cup and the Champions League. And I think the positive you can take away from that performance is if we do advance in the Champions League, we're probably going to have some big away games just like that at tough grounds. And we showed that we can go in there like with a game plan and execute it. And more or less that second half, I went back and watched it. Like we were up to, I think, the 70th minute mark. We had 75% possession against a heavy possession-based team as well. That's some are calling the best in Europe. I've never called them that. And I think that's more so what I want to talk about here, because I know a lot of people think Arsenal's going to win the league, and I've been consistent as I was last year that I don't think they're going to do it. And I think what we saw last night, we're going to see more and more of the closer and closer we get to May, where I don't know, that team just doesn't scare me when I play them. And I feel like when we play, the technical level like of our midfielders, when they're all on it, Gravenberch, Maka, Zobel to a much lesser extent, like you just see the difference. Even with all these guys that the media and fans try to put above our players, the Rices, the Zubamendis, and like when our players are playing at their best level, which is what Slot as well said, he's like, there's not much difference between our two teams. The real difference is the set piece difference. They're plus 20 or something, and we're minus 13 or whatever it is, which is like a 30-goal swing, right? There's not much difference between these two teams in open play. And we had no attackers on that pitch. So I think last night was more a reality check for Arsenal fans. And I think they're going to feel it, because these are moments. This game reminded me kind of last season when we went to the Etihad, which I think was around game week 26. So not too far away from when this game would have been for them. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that win put us like 8 or 9 points clear. I think it was 8 or 9, something like that. And it was similar circumstances. Arsenal dropped points the game before. City were depleted, shit. We were expected to go win there, even though we were away. And basically, if we won that game, it was the statement to let the league know, like, we're going to win the league. And to me, that's exactly what last night was for Arsenal. You win that game, I think it depletes Man City to a pretty significant extent. Their fans can probably start bouncing now. It's going to be hard to overturn 8 points, right, with the way City's performing and the way Arsenal's performing. And I just don't think Arsenal's going to do it this year. And I think the reality check for them is a lot of the players that they've hyped and that they've put on this pedestal. A player I actually like in Saka, I've been hearing like the comparisons with Salah and XYZ for how many years now. And I think games like this show that there's just no comparison whatsoever. Like Salah has put our team on his back for multiple title races, multiple Big Six performances in title races. Like, your boy's not that. Like, Saka's not that. So you guys can hype this team. It's a system team. It's a purely system-based team. So if they get the right results and things roll the right way, they can win this league just because everybody else is shit. But
forget Arsenal. This isn't about Arsenal. Fuck Arsenal. We have to focus on ourselves. We have to focus.
I just have to say that because I feel like I see a lot of nonsense from their fan base. Like, a lot of them were piping up about this game, 4-0, 3-0. Liverpool used to kill us 4-0 and 5-0 when we were on our pomp, and we're just different. Y'all are not us. It's different. And last night showed that. And that's why Zobel said what he said. You guys are playing the champions. We're not playing the champions. You haven't won it. You haven't done it. You haven't proven it. So I just wanted to get that. I just want to
start spending money. By the way, just a fun fact: Wirtz has got more assists than Saka this season.
Pesco has more GA than he does in the Prem.
And also,
stats are only convenient when they're convenient.
66% of all their goals have been set pieces this season as well.
Yeah, four goals in 15 months or something crazy like that. Like, it's just, I don't know. I still don't see them winning the league. So I think City will go from strength to strength the closer we get to May, and I think that's where the league will end. But for us, again, I think this game holds good stead for us going forward in terms of the Champions League. I do think that it showed that we can put in a performance, and I think you're going to see the team is going to start to turn their focus there. And
I'm glad you said that, Emeka, because I want to speak about us moving forward, which is more important than anything else. Mike, at this point, you're just hating anything we do.
Oh, this guy Ed has a vindication against me, brother. I made it very clear. I'm angry at 15 minutes of the game. I'm angry at the most pivotal 15 minutes. From the 70th.
I won't even talk. I won't even say what you messaged me. I won't even say what you messaged me on a person, like personally, because I don't reveal messages. But I'll just say your energy in my messages was mad. Like,
what me or
yeah. You are what you told me yesterday.
Listen. The day of the match, I'm from New York. I'm very emotional. I get heated. That's what we do. We're passionate, right? But we let 24 hours go by and we simmer a little bit. In that, I'm angry at the 15 minutes between the 70th and the 85th, where we could have gone for the kill and Arsenal were there for the taking, and Virgil van Dijk decides to just boot one 80 yards at the halfway line, where no one else decides to go and support Frimpong, where we just sat back and let two guys attack and say, if you guys can get a goal, get a goal. If not, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to be chilling. That's the issue that I have. And I think that those 15 minutes negate the prior 70 to me. But again, my expectations are different. You know, many people just want to see better football. They just want to get results so that they can be happy again. I'm not going to sit here and forget everything that's happened up until now and just be happy.
No. I want to see a plan, Mike. I want to see a plan.
I know that, but it's
guys, 1 second, please. I want to make something clear. No one is forgetting anything that's happened this season. This season, as a general, is still a failure. We have failed unless we won the Champions League. We win the Champions League, it's automatically a success, even if we finish 15th, because it's the fucking Champions League. But when it comes to like this season, you know, I don't think anyone will come here and go like, yeah, it's been a successful season or anything. But at the same time, yesterday's game, for me, the reason why I take positives from it is I went into that game expecting Liverpool to get slapped up by Arsenal. I just expected it. And I thought,
predicted a win,
you know,
right before the game on Enzo's show.
You're delusional sometimes. How can you say win?
No, because it felt like a trap
game. Win with fucking
because
playing
because when the whole world, I'm telling you, this is what Vegas calls a trap, right? In the betting world, we call this a trap game. When the whole world thinks that something's going to happen, more often than not, it doesn't happen in sports, right? Those are the most opportune times where a trap presents itself. Arsenal were that after 25 minutes, and they peppered us. They're like, I mean, you know, they have 8 guys in the box. What am I supposed to do? Saka starts shooting from outside the box. Terrible, limp, flaccid shots right to Alisson. Easy saves. Zubamendi, heavy touch, can't do anything. He probably had the best moment for Arsenal.
But what can we do with Frimpong on the right, Gakpo on the left, who I don't even want to pile it on, but probably was by far the worst player on the pitch, and Wirtz up top? How can I score? Explain it to me.
Number one, the entire attacking strategy was Frimpong, isolate, beat 3 guys, try to make something happen. It wasn't teamwork that created any of our opportunities. Jeremy Frimpong literally fell onto the ball, got back up, ran into the box, and crossed it to Florian Wirtz. But everyone's upset that he messed up the final decision, even though he beat 3 guys, fell on top of the ball, got back up, still got into the box, and made the opportunity possible. If you had committed 1 or 2 more midfielders and just gone for it for 10 minutes, I 100% think that we could have scored, because Arsenal were on their heels. They were not expecting that second half. They were not expecting how that game flowed. And it doesn't even matter about what can Rio do. It's the fact that you're showing the intent of I'm coming for the kill. Rio's going to show you something different. I'm going for the kill. I wanted to go for the kill. That's just who I am as a fan. I want to win games.
Mike, he drew 0-0 against Leeds. He drew 0-0 against Leeds, and he drew 2-2 against Fulham. Like, if he'd have lost to Arsenal, we'd have gone into that Barnsley game, and he'd have probably got the sack if he'd have got a draw or been beaten.
And it probably would have
been his job. We know that. We know that. But he got it right. He got it right, and I'm giving him that one. He got it right.
I just think
I agree.
I wanted him to do it at City. I wanted him to do it at City, but he didn't. But he got it right. This one.
I can be honest
with you. The birthday gift yesterday is what Vitsina is saying. Hey, you're welcome, City fans. You get
I can be honest. I'm like Husam. I expected us to get slapped yesterday. I was pretty much expecting it. Am I happy with a draw? No, I am not happy with a draw. With no forwards, I understood the setup. First 20 minutes, we weathered the storm. We played better. Yeah, we got some unfortunate non-calls against us. Bradley shot three inches difference. Is a goal. We at 1-0. Did we create enough opportunities? No. But that's understandable because the lack of forward quality that we had. Because Cody Gakpo, I'm not a fan of Cody Gakpo. I will say it. I want him out my club. Flat out. Don't rate him whatsoever. And the people that rated him, oh, he tracked back. You're a forward. I ain't giving you no credit for tracking back. You are a forward. Do your damn job. Play the overpass. Score goals and not blast it over into these stands. Look, Frimpong, best player up front.
But before you go into the players, Barnes, here's my thing. Don't you think it's a big up to Vixen? I don't think it's an unrealistic way to look at football. Before I even speak about Liverpool moving forward, which is a separate segment, because let's assume we were in the title race. Let's say Liverpool were actually really good and we were in the title race. A draw away at the Etihad and a draw away at the Emirates are good results, even in the title
good
race.
Results. Yeah, I agree.
So why is it a bad result now?
I'm not saying it's a bad result. I am okay with the draw, Husam, right? I was expecting to get battered. I'm okay with the draw, but I'm still not happy because I know, you know what pissing me off the most, and I'm going to go back. Leeds twice, Fulham, Forest. Those games, dropping points in all those games is what has me annoyed because if you play like this with no forward line against Arsenal, the team that's 14 points ahead of you, why were you playing the way you were playing against these mediocre teams?
Okay, and I'll answer that question because I think I'll answer that question because I think it's very important to discuss how we can take this moving forward. So big up to you, Vixinia. Big up to Ed. Big up to everyone locked in. We have 700 people in the building, guys. Please like the video and subscribe because I want to speak about Liverpool moving forward with what happened yesterday because it's important to address how do we get out of this mess? Is there a way out of this mess? And blah, blah, blah. You know, this whole slot thing. So, yeah, like and subscribe, chat. And don't forget, check out all my brothers' channels. They're all in the description. Go give them all a subscribe. But we can't have 700 people in here. And we're not even at 200 likes yet. That's worse rate than Arnie's slot win rate. So, you can't be slot out and not like the video. So, close the live chat and hit the like button. Now, I'll actually start off this section myself. Even as a slot outer, here's my thing. And this is something that I've heard a lot since yesterday. Why don't we play like this every week? Because we can't. I'll tell you why we can't. Forget injuries. I'm going to move injuries to the side. I'm actually going to be objective about this. If we play like this against Burnley or against Barnsley or Burnley, I think it's a disaster. I think it's an absolute disaster because these are teams I'm expecting at Anfield for us to smoke. So I cannot see 6 midfielders, 1 right back playing right wing, and 1 forward on the pitch. Like if no one, if it's the same exact squad available for Burnley, I expect whoever, like Gakpo up top, Chiesa on the left or right, and Gomoa on the left or right. Like I expect us to be a lot more offensive. I expect us to drop a midfielder and go with a forward line player. So that's why I don't think we can replicate this team against these shitty sides that come to Anfield or the shitty sides that we compete against. Because I think it's a matter of I want us to play with more forward line players. So for me, like Arsenal away from home, great performance, great result for me as well. I would have taken that even in a title race scenario. But from a perspective of why don't we do that over and over again? Because we can't. Because we cannot, by definition, play Florian Wirtz up top against Burnley at home with Gakpo on the left and Frimpong to his right. Because that's a recipe for disaster. You're going to have to drop a midfielder. And this is where we'll see, does Arne Slot have balls? Because this is now where I go to the other side of the argument. Let's all be objective about this. And I asked this to Tom Little earlier. If Hugo Ekitike was fit yesterday, he would have started. Who goes out the team?
McAllister.
If you say Gakpo, you're lying. Forget what you want. I'm saying from Slot's perspective. Who goes out the team?
McAllister.
I think Gakpo does.
Gakpo doesn't go out the team.
Me don't. I don't. He's going to play.
I think Frimpong gets dropped.
Yeah, I would say either Frimpong or McAllister, but it wouldn't have made sense to drop Frimpong because you doubled up right backs. So
Yeah.
like Frimpong played as a second right back. So that wouldn't make sense. And Gakpo wouldn't make sense because Gakpo played as the second left back. The only one that would have made sense is McAllister. Like just from an Arnie Slot history perspective.
And this goes back to answering Barnes' question about like why can't we do this? McAllister yesterday, hold that, Jamie Phillips. McAllister yesterday was incredible.
He was good.
Now he hasn't been incredible this season, but he was incredible yesterday. This season he's been shit, but yesterday he was incredible.
I agree.
Now, if I go back to yesterday and I put Ekitike up top, but I take out McAllister, I don't think we would be able to dominate possession to begin with, like we did yesterday.
He probably would have subbed Ekitike on. I think the first half plan was that no matter what, if Ekitike were fit, I think he would have brought. He would have brought Ekitike on at like the 55th. He might have even probably just taken off Wirtz. If we're going to be real, he would have started that team.
The Frimpong shout is good because I think he might have went Szoboszlai right wing and played like Ekitike up top, which is now we come back to how do we use this moving forward / the sustainability argument where, Mike, it would be completely correct. Is this sustainable moving forward? No. Can I give it credit for the 90 minutes yesterday? Absolutely, I can give it credit for the performance yesterday. But it's not sustainable moving forward because 85 to 90% of the time, even as shit as we are right now, I'm expecting to beat these sides home and away. Like the Bournemouths and the Brightons and the Leeds and the Burnleys and the blah, blah, blah. You have to beat them home and away. It's not sustainable. And you cannot replicate it because guess what? When Mo comes back, when Ekitike is back, when Isak is back, all of these players put into this formula, it doesn't work. It does not work, which is why Arne Slot needs to find a solution. I wish the guy can turn it around and we could go on some fucking insane run and win the Champions League or some shit. That's the only way that I think this season becomes a success. I don't think winning the FA Cup makes it a success because you don't spend 400 million to win the FA Cup. But for me, I don't think the way that we played yesterday is something that we can implement game in, game out. That's my point forward.
I agree with you, Husam, but here's where it will counter a little bit. Every time we play other teams, how do we pass the ball? Slow. And teams play a low block against us. You're never going to break down a low block passing the ball slow. It's never going to happen. You're going to give them enough time to remain compact and space is not going to open up. What did we do against Arsenal in the second half when we were playing against them? We were moving the ball extremely fast to each other and moving it around. That's how you open space. When you play a low block, if you did that against a low block and the weaker teams that we've looked horrible against, we would open space and have way more opportunities. And then we would batter teams, those type of teams. But he doesn't do that. And what happened against Leeds? He gets 2-0 and then he parks the bus. You allow teams to come against you, you're going to concede.
I agree. That is where you're 100% spot on. But one second, let me just ask Barnes a question and this will open it. Let's Burnley.
We did
our next forget Barnsley. I think, and I'll be honest, as a respectable institution, we should be able to beat Barnsley even with the kids. If we can't beat Barnsley, someone need to go catch Aristotle and slap him. But Burnley, I'll ask Barnes to answer this question, and all of you guys get involved as well. Hypothetical scenario. Let's say for Burnley, every single player is available and fit. Tell me Barnes is 11 right now. Everyone's fit, everyone's available. Every single player. No one's at AFCON, no one's injured, no one's hurt, no one has a stomach ache. Everyone is ready. Let's just assume for the sake of argument.
Burnley or Barnes? Which one?
Burnley. He's saying Burnley. So I playing Alisson, Kerkez, Virgil, Konate, Frimpong, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, Wirtz, Ekitike on the left, Isak in the middle, Salah on the right. That's me.
I agree. Now here's the problem with that team. We are gonna get counterattacked. We have to accept this.
Yeah, of course.
We have to accept this now. I'm just saying that is a recipe. Like, look, we could beat teams 4-1 because you want to know what that team reminds me of. People ain't ready for this. But do you guys remember the 6 months before Coutinho left Liverpool? Do you remember how sexy we were? in those 6 months.
100%.
That was
Yes.
the sexiest football I've ever seen Liverpool play ever for a period of 6 months, where it was Coutinho, Firmino, Mane, and Mo. We
Yep.
conceded the goal almost every fucking game. Now we have to establish, after experiencing both lifestyles, I'm okay with taking a risk. In the words of Jamie Phillips, I'm okay with taking a risk, winning 4-3 in the last second, than some of the bullshit that I've seen over the last 3, 4, 5 weeks. I will be honest with you guys.
Agreed.
We have to accept we will concede chances. Szoboszlai is going to have to be like an RDM, basically, like a right defensive midfielder occupying that area. And even Gravenberg is going to have to be almost an LDM because Gakpo's out of the team, which I agree with you. And this is why, for me, I just don't think the way that we did it against Arsenal is sustainable moving forward, because it's been shit. Like, it's actually, like, Arsenal aside, which I've given so much credit for, Arsenal aside, it's been fucking shit, you guys, full of, like, Leeds and all this. I've been, you know, Jamie had a rant last Friday. I've been depressed, guys, watching this shit. Like, I can accept it away at Arsenal because they're superior, but, like, at this moment in time, like, fucking Burnley, like, can I get some XG? Can I get some big chances? Can I get some creativity? Can I get some fucking thing in the final third? Whereas Mike's point gets proven right, because what can I do in the final third against Burnley? That's where Slot will be judged. He will not be judged by the result away at Arsenal, unless we got slapped by 5 goals. Then you can judge him. But even let's say we lost 2-1 yesterday. Are we sat here going like, oh my God, I cannot believe we lost 2-1? No, we'd be like, we have injuries. They're better than us anyway. They're going for the title. So we'll be judged more harshly at home to Burnley, where we are expected to put our foot on their neck and kill them.
But the manager has already made it. Again, if you look at the way that he spoke after Fulham and the way that he spoke after the game yesterday, again, looking at the second half, he's been very adamant on this whole, I can't stand people calling us boring, even though we rely on opposition mistakes and categorical errors to score goals. But
boring.
He had no issue with the way that we possessed the ball. Again, we possessed the ball for 75%. We had 217 passes in their half, the most of any team in 4 seasons at the Emirates, and you literally produced, what was it, 0.34 XG the whole game? I hate XG. I mean, in my eyes, the ball didn't land at Wirtz's feet. Frimpong didn't shoot. Still, those are not like total clear-cut chances. Again, you look at Fulham, Wirtz, touchy, iffy offside was given. Complete 2 categorical errors by Fulham. Goalkeeper misses it, and the fullback misses it, and it hits Gakpo in the dick, and it goes in for a goal. You go back to Leeds, one good teamwork goal, 2 categorical errors that just pass the ball basically into their own net.
So it's not sustainable. That's my point.
No, 100%. But here's the problem.
How do I make it sustainable?
But here's the problem. The way that Arne Slot views it is he thinks that this is the proper way. He doesn't have a problem with it. He's angry that people. He's angry people call it boring. He's angry people criticize the way that we possess. We don't create. We play slow. Again, against Burnley, it's going to be back to regular settings. It's going to be team plays in mid-block. We pass it around. We hope for, Frimpong is going to be available because I think Egypt will win tomorrow. So Frimpong will have to be there, and Frimpong will be the one taking on his man, taking on 2 men. We're going to isolate Cody Gakpo because he can't get dropped. Gakpo is going to have to figure out how to beat a 2v1. Wirtz is not going to go overexpansive. McAllister's not going to go overexpansive. It's going to be back to factory settings. And again, it all comes back down to the way that we possess the ball. This works against juggernauts because Arne Slot has a great record against good teams. Outside of City beating us 3-0, we don't really lose to big teams. PSG beat us at home, but we hit the post twice in that game, right? Against the massive juggernauts, Arne Slot has proven I can change my mind. If I respect you, I'll change my mind. The problem is he only respects 4 clubs. That's it. He only respects 4 teams in the world. Everyone else is below him. It's beneath him, and he won't change. So, listen, we can be happy for today, but I'm expecting back to factory settings against Burnley.
Okay, I thought about this. I thought about this quite a lot. Like, the biggest problem I see this season with Liverpool is there's no connections. It looks like a lot of players just don't know each other, and I thought of just a way of being able to integrate players into the team so they feel comfortable in positions and also comfortable with the people around them. So it's like, well, I'm in the shit here, or look, I need somewhere to go. There's my colleague. I know him. And I've kind of picked a formation myself. And it's 4-4-2, by the way. And it's with the team that we've got now. So even with Bradley out, so I'd go for Kerkez on the left-hand side. I would put Dominic Szoboszlai as the left winger because they know each other. Yeah. I would put Ryan Gravenberch in the defensive midfield position. I'd put Virgil van Dijk behind him. I'd then put Konate. Biggest problem with Konate, which we've all said many times, don't argue on this one, Mike, is progressing the ball out. You can't progress the ball out. Okay, he's a good passer. He's okay.
Did you watch Fulham?
You can't bring the ball out. You can't bring
Did
the
you
ball
watch
out.
Fulham? Did you watch the Fulham game? Who created two big chances by himself?
All right. I knew this would happen. I knew this would happen. Okay,
it's just ridiculous. But
Konate,
go on.
yeah. So you've got Konate. Put Curtis Jones in front of him. Curtis Jones is the best at it. So there you go. You've got Gravenberch, you've got Jones. Then you put Frimpong as the right back, but then you put Wirtz as the right winger because they played it for the same club for the last 4 years together. I can't believe how separated those two are. Like, they're really frigging good players, really fast, really skillful. Like, they can impact games. Put them on the right side. Right side's been arse. It's been arse this season. And then for me, with what we've got, because we haven't got a lot, I'd either put McAllister in the 10 or I'd put Chiesa in the 10, and then I put Cody up front. But I put Cody on the right-hand side of the attack as the 4-4-2 because the player behind him is Gravenberch, who's Dutch, and the player behind him is Virgil van Dijk, that's Dutch. And it's basically just building relationships with players that know each other. Because right now we go on the pitch and Liverpool look like no one know each other. Like, no one's backing each other up enough. And I just think that would just be something that I would just try, like, and see if I can get that to work. Because you've also got Szoboszlai and you've got Wirtz, who can also tuck into midfield. And then we've got more in midfield, and then you've got the overlappers, and they just overlap all day long, those two. There you go.
The thing is why I said, as soon as Barnes said it, I agree with his lineup completely.
4-4-2's been good for us this season, by the way.
Even with the 4-4-2, I don't mind it. My thing is we have to accept that when Ekitike, when Mo's back, that we are going to concede chances. But as long as our creativity is next level, I think we can beat teams by 3 to 4 goals almost every week. My problem is we just haven't been creative enough because K-Mac is spot on. I think the connections just aren't there. Like, I think Mo plays better with Frimpong.
Agreed.
I can even take you back to Wembley. Like, Mo needs a runner around him. So Mo and Frimpong is a connection that works. I think Kerkez is an example with Gakpo. It just doesn't fucking work, bro. Try Kerkez with Ekitike. I think Kerkez is a very good player. Emeka disagrees. I don't have a problem with Kerkez. I don't have a problem with Gakpo.
You know how many times Gakpo passed it to Kerkez against Arsenal?
I don't even... You want to know what's mad?
Once.
I'm going to say something that might even drive people crazy. I don't even have a problem with the Gakpo. I just think everyone in this team is going like, what are you not good at? Do that. Like, that's literally what's happening at Liverpool Football Club. Kerkez, yes. Why was Kerkez good? Because I asked Kerkez to defend and overlap. Did I ask him to underlap once? No. Did I ask him to invert or tuck into midfield? No. So guess what? He looks like a competent player. Did I ask Bradley to do shit that he's not good at? No. Did I ask McAllister, Gravenberch, anyone to do shit that they're not good at? No. Everyone was asked to do shit that they're good at, and that's why the team looks good. My problem with every single individual at the football club, look, Gakpo and Mo, both of them are not dribblers. None of them is Bradley Barcola. If you want a dribbler, prove to the board, and this is something that Jerry mentioned, you're telling the board, I want Bradley Barcola. The closest thing we have to Bradley Barcola is Rio Gomoa. طب حبيبي, at least start Rio Gomoa for 2 to 3 games. Prove to the board, hey guys, I want a player like that. So then they can get you Bradley Barcola and we can go like, okay, we want a dribbling player. Stop asking these players to do shit that they ain't good at. Kerkez with Ekitike, in my opinion, left wing. I play Isak up top. I play Mo on the right with Frimpong. Szoboszlai and Gravenberch. I drop McAllister personally, even though as much as I love McAllister, I'd play Szoboszlai and Gravenberch. Gravenberch would be the defensive presence and Szoboszlai would be a defensive presence that works hard. And we need Florian Wirtz. If Arne Slot drops Florian Wirtz, he's a bald bastard. We all have to acknowledge this, whether you're slot in or slot out. Wirtz, for me, Wirtz and Frimpong, these two guys have turned the fuck up. They have turned the fuck up over these last 2-3 games. So has Frimpong. These 3 players, like, I need them on the pitch, guys. I'll be honest, I need them on the pitch. They have to play because they have been very important for us. Jeremy Frimpong, no exaggeration, over the last 3-4 games has been our best fucking player. Like our best player on the pitch. Spurs. He initiated the second goal that won us the game. Against Wolves, he almost initiated both goals. Like he's always like going like, fuck this. I'm just gonna use my pace and get past someone and put a cross in. If it works, it works. If not, fuck it. You know, so everyone's being asked to do shit that they're good at, and we look good. Stop asking this team to do stuff that they're not good at. When Mo comes back, we have two options. Either play him up top with Ekitike and persist with a 4-4-2 and play Szoboszlai right mid, or play the prototypical 4-2-3-1, but then you have to play Szoboszlai as the right-sided DM, basically, and do what you did last season, which is ask Szoboszlai to track back for him and keep him as an offensive presence. Because guess what? I don't want Mo to track back. I want Mo to use all his energy in the final third. I want us to be able to, like, okay, give you the ball in a position where I receive the ball. How can I get the best out of Mo? When he receives the ball, he's got 3 passing options. Frimpong on the overlap, Wirtz coming close to him, and Ekitike as the striker, or Isak as the striker. That's how now I can give him an option to play. And by the way, we see this even with Egypt. Like he gets the ball immediately. As soon as he gets the ball, Trezeguet running, Marmoush running, fullback running, and then he's finding them in those spaces. If anyone watched the last Egypt game, he put Marmoush through on goal. He's good at this. But he's not like, even the Egyptian manager is not going like, hey, track back, brother, track back. Fuck all this track back stuff. We cannot become the next Arsenal fans, because Arsenal fans go like, Martinelli is the best defensive winger in the world, and we all mock them for it. And now we're doing prop for tracking back. Fuck tracking back. I need my forward to be effective, and I need my forward to be close to goal. I need to platform them to succeed, which I just don't think we're doing right now.
So,
Jamie, you're quiet for a while.
Yeah, so if everyone was fit, I might shock a few people here. So if I had everyone available to me right now, I think I would go Frimpong to my right back, Kanate and Virgil, and Kerkez my left back. I'd keep that, obviously, Ali in goal. In my midfield, I wouldn't play for 10 because there's no point to it, because the way Liverpool, like, 10s don't work in English football.
Yep, I agree.
I'm going to break the internet in a minute. I think Wirtz is more of an 8 than a 10. I really do, and I've been saying this for ages now. I think he's got that. It's like an Iniesta, David Silva kind of way he plays. I think suits him being an attacking 8 more than an out 10. So I'd play a midfield 3 of Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, and Wirtz, where they're interchanging and can get forward. Like, people think this is daft what I'm saying, yeah, but I watch Wirtz play football. You know, when you watch him play football, he's a gifted, talented footballer. Yeah, like I keep saying this about the Shirky and Wirtz comparisons. I always say it. Shirky reminds me more of an Eden Hazard, and Wirtz reminds me more of a David Silva. If that makes sense. I'm not saying they're as good as them players, but that's what they sort of remind me at. So you give Wirtz a bit more license in that 8 role where he can drop deep and he can start play off, and then he also can get high up the pitch, break the box, get in the box, and that kind of thing. So that's the midfield I will play. Also, he's a good presser, is Wirtz. That's underrated in his game. So I'd play that as a 3. Obviously, I'd play Salah on the right. I'd play Cody Gakpo off the left. The only reason I want Cody Gakpo off the left because he's a left winger. I don't want to put people in positions that probably don't suit him. And I do like his defensive work off the left anyway. Even if he is a defensive midfielder, it is what it is. But he's also got clutch goals in him, Cody. As shit as he is, he does come clutch at times. And then, this might be the one out of shock everyone, is that I'd have Ekitike over Isak up top. Because in the summer, everyone who watches me, I was big on Julian Alvarez.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to.
Julian Alvarez, I wanted Julian Alvarez over Isak because he would suit Liverpool's style. He would suit Liverpool's style a lot more. And then when you see the way Ekitike started for Liverpool, so Ekitike can drop deep. If you've got that 3 in that midfield, if he's dropping deep, Wirtz can get alongside him, yeah? That also, if you're playing Frimpong at right back, that means Mo's more inside, which means Mo can play on the inside right of Ekitike, and they can ball out there. You know, Cody can cut in and do his thing. He's just do what he wants anyway. So, you know, that's the way I'm looking at it tactically. So yeah, that's how I'd go about it if everyone was fit, and then slowly bring Isak back and do what you want there. But maybe it's a bit wild what I said there, but
No, nothing you said is wild. I
don't think it's wild.
I think putting Wirtz in the 8 is actually a smart idea. I agree with you completely. I don't think he's weak. By the way, Pep has played Bernardo in the 8. He's played David Silva in the 8.
and that's the sort of player that's the sort of player Wirtz reminds me of. Not
he can do it. You're not crazy.
I know he got a lot of GA in Germany, playing this more attack 10, but in Germany, as we can see, it's a lot easier to get assists and goals in the way Germans play football over there. He gets more space. But I look at him and I just think he's techie. I think he can start play. There's bits when he drops deep and he drops the shoulder. He finds that little bit of space and just finds a little pass and he runs off. And then he can break into the box and he can score goals. He can drift off as well. So you're almost giving him that free role and he can press a bit as well. I just think he's a diamond footballer that maybe that will give him a bit more freedom in his play. You can see the best of him. I also think Szoboszlai, I know Szoboszlai is hated on quite a lot because he slows the game down. I get it. I hear it. But I actually think Szoboszlai is a controller in midfield, and sometimes that's why he slows the game. So if he's slowing down the game, but you've got players that he can play the ball in front of him, so Wirtz is making a run off him, Frimpong's making a run off the right-hand side, Salah's cutting in, or he's got a diagonal there, you can use the control Szoboszlai a lot better in that position with the players around him like that. So I think it would look a little bit better from the Szoboszlai point of view as well. So.
Just quickly, Jamie, just before I ask Emeka the same question, give your son my best, Jamie. Happy birthday. Is it your birthday?
Appreciate it. It's my boy's birthday right now, yeah.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Just gone midnight. He's 7 today.
Yeah, Jamie, I hear where you're coming from with the Wirtz comment. I feel he would work really, really well in that 8, but on the left side, in that pocket of space.
Yeah, exactly left eye.
Where Coutinho used to operate in.
A new DM, though.
No, I think we would need a better left winger.
I mean, yeah, 100% agreed. I would love to see Wirtz as the 8. I think the only aspect that he might be a risk to would be physicality. But he's also shown to be more physical as the games keep going.
Yes.
He continues to get stronger and stronger. I think he will adapt eventually. Maybe he needs to put on a couple pounds. We can hire a new physio, whatever. I just think that
he's pounds already. So
I'm just if we were to run that way, you would need the out and out deep lying defensive midfielder. Like not the Ryan Gravenberch. You would need like the Rodri-esque. This guy sits back. He is the 5th man in build up. You're not doing any of this 3-back shit. He is your central controller. In that sense, I think it could work. Yes, obviously, I would love a new left winger. I do kind of subscribe to the idea that this concept of a traditional 10. I mean, even if you look at the players who are highlighted as the best 10s in the league, it's like they're never playing down the middle. I mean, Cole Palmer plays half his time going down, either side. It seems to be for the most part the best attackers in this league go down the wings, except if your name is Erling Haaland. But you're the one guy who is the exception to that rule. So I would love to see that, but I don't know if that's possible. Right, I think the only way that would work right now is if you went with 4 midfielders. Like if with who we had today at the club on January 9th, Florian Wirtz could be an 8 if you're running 4 midfielders. If it's Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, Florian Wirtz, and Curtis Jones or McAllister, whoever. But then that then becomes, all right, am I going to do a front 2? Am I going to do a front 1? Am I going to do a 5 midfielder and just have one striker?
That can work if you play Mo and Ekitike.
No, I know, but if Wirtz is going to be an 8 in the Liverpool today, I think you have to play four midfielders at the minimum. Which will just, change up the line. I mean, maybe you go to a 4-4-2, maybe you do a 4-4-1-1. I don't know. But I would like that idea. I do think that he is capable. I do think that he is fantastic on the turn. I think that he can create space by himself. I think he's a very gifted passer. But I also think that, if we're going to do that, well, then we got to be a little bit more compact.
You need a bully boy. You need a bully boy there. Yeah.
Ederson would fit.
Before Mike gives the smart-ass answer, don't do the whole Slot will do this. Fuck what Slot will do.
No, that is
Mike
what I'm saying.
Mike is the manager.
That
everyone's
fit
for Burnley. Tell me your team. Everyone's fit.
If everyone on the planet,
Everyone is
at
fit.
Liverpool is fit,
Yes.
what I would do is very different from what other people would do. Listen, the back five is the same. I think we can all come to the consensus that is the right back five. Frimpong, Konate, Virgil van Dijk, Kerkez, Alisson. Love Mamardashvili. If Alisson's fit, you're still my goalkeeper. When it comes to the rest of the team, I would play Gravenberch, Soboslai, Wirtz, and Curtis Jones.
Okay.
Midfield 4, right? And I would put, so that'd be 5-4. I would put Isak and Ekitike at the top. I think that Ekitike, because of the fact that Ekitike can play from any side he can go on either side. Ekitike can attack from the right. He can attack from the left. He can drop all the way back to the halfway line. Wirtz can do the same thing. Curtis Jones can do the same thing. I would have McAllister I'd have Soboslai and Gravenberch be the more conservative midfielders. I don't want you crashing the box as much. If either one of you is going to do it, I would prefer if Soboslai does it. I would prefer Gravenberch to be the guy who is defensive minded. But obviously, it's a midfield 4, so you're rotating. And I think that I would like to see a world where at least we attempt for a couple of games when we're ready, Ekitike and Isak, because we only really saw it once, and they didn't even have the opportunity to pass it to each other because the midfield couldn't even get them the ball. Like we couldn't build up. We couldn't build up, so we couldn't get them the ball, so they couldn't link up. The only iffy thing there, though, is just I think that Isak would have to adapt his game. Ekitike could easily do it, but Isak's going to have to adapt his game to work with Ekitike, not be off the shoulder, show yourself more, be okay with taking a touch just for the sake of taking the touch and buying the rest of the team a second, 2 seconds. But that's what I would do. I do like Jamie's stuff. Like I like Jamie's idea. I think everyone has good ideas except Arnie Slot. So I'm open to
you just need more defensive minded player, which I get. Maybe Walton in that midfield would help him play that way. But you look at Kevin De Bruyne at City. Yeah, I actually think Kevin De Bruyne looked his best when he played more the 8 than the 10. When he was that little bit deeper, getting more room, given a bit of freedom. But he was allowed that freedom because he had a beast like thingy behind him. So he had like Fernandinho in his time, and then he had Rodri and stuff like that. And then he had a controller in Bernardo Silva and things like that. So he was allowed his time. He could get forward, pick up the pockets, pick up space, link play from deeper positions, still get forward, break the box, get wide, get crosses. And I'm not saying that's the sort of player Wirtz is, but I feel like him playing that sort of role is maybe why we're looking at someone like Adam Walton as well in that midfield that, can sit in that pocket, can intercept well. He's not a beast of a DM, but there ain't many out there, to be fair.
I just realized I forgot Salah. I just totally forgot about Salah.
I wanted to mention that. I agree with the form. I've told you my formation anyway. But the only thing is I didn't tell you my formation with everybody fit. And I don't think you can play Isak and Salah together in a 4-4-2. I just don't think that works.
Yeah,
there
my one is
a guy. There has to be a guy that can move into midfield and create more. So I think it would be an Ekitike, Isak, or a Salah Ekitike. I don't think it could be Salah. I just don't
I hear you. The one that would be needed is Ekitike in that scenario.
I can't believe I forgot about him.
I don't think Isak Salah work together. Sorry,
Don't worry, Husam wrote you down in the black book for forgetting more. Don't worry.
But listen. He's fucking with my head because I'm just forgetting that Salah existed, and now I'm feeling.
How dare you forget that the best
was
because he's at AFCON and he hasn't been with the club for 4 weeks.
Everyone available. I love no one's at AFCON.
I love Salah. I was one of his biggest defenders this season when everyone was hating on him. I said that the only thing that Salah hasn't been good at this season.
My wife drew that.
Is finishing. Hey, big up. But the only thing he hasn't been good at this season is finishing. But again, maybe I'm just thinking about the future in a world without Salah.
No, that's fair.
With Salah, it definitely would have been different. But I know that Emeka hasn't said his, and I've talked too much. So.
Yeah, go on, Emeka.
Well, as you know, the team that I have is the same one that Mike just said. I think I've been saying since the start.
Or he forgot, or after he forgot.
It's definitely before. He would not start Salah. We all know that.
Respectfully, listen. I started today with giving Mo his props because I think again, he's shown levels in this league, but those levels he hasn't shown in a little while. And I think the future of this team is Ekitike and Isak. And I just think if the plan before was for them to be rotating, I think Ekitike's shown a level where that's just it's not going to be feasible if we want to keep him around. So we're going to have to, whether we like it or not, we're going to have to figure out a system that has both of them in it. So whatever works for that to happen. And of course, as you said, Husam, like Wirtz also has to be there. So any plan where we're taking Wirtz out, or I just don't think it makes sense anymore. Those are the three guys that are going to carry the team forward. We have to figure out how to balance that out. And I think the best way to do that would be to have three just technical and workhorse midfielders behind those three. So almost like a flat midfield three, and then you have Wirtz in a 10-ish position, but he still links up with the midfielders behind him. And then Ekitike and Isak are just focused on that killer instinct in front of goal. That would be my team. Frimpong bombing on from the right to provide the width. You know my thoughts on Kerkez. I generally think that's going to be the signing that we...
Oh, talk to me. Yeah, say it, because you've been saying you want to talk about Kerkez for a while. Might as well unpack it now. Okay, just quickly, Sanders says, is this some WWE reference or what?
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre champion. You're this horny over a man like wearing a fake belt? Oh, using all caps lock and shit? Yay, oh my God, Drew McIntyre is the champion. Grow up. You're fucking 40, Sander. Anyway. Now, big up.
You do know I do wrestling stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Jamie, what I'm saying doesn't apply to you. This is just a personal beef. It's personal beef between me and Cat Sunday, the little fraud. You get me? Hold that. Zimbabwe got grouped.
Hey, by the way, Salah might be home tomorrow because they're playing Ivory Coast tonight, ain't they? Yeah. So
he'll probably be home 90%. Yeah. Anyway,
I think
Erica, just the whole Kerkez stuff, because you've been speaking to me about Kerkez for a while now.
Yeah, I just think
annoying you, Mr. Carragher.
Listen, so I know the fan base hates Carragher right now, and rightfully so. I don't like the words he used towards Salah. There was some truth in there, but the way he went about it wasn't right. When it comes to Kerkez, I think what he said is spot on. I get the same vibes with Kerkez. I just feel like it's a Nunes at left back, just damn near brain dead. Everything's hurried, everything's rushed. You mentioned earlier putting players in positions to do what they're good at, Husam. So I wanted to ask you guys, because maybe I'm missing something. What is Kerkez good at specifically? You, Husam. I want Husam to
state your opinion.
I want you to tell me what he's good at. What is he?
I can do that, but I want to hear your opinion first. What is it that's annoying you about Kerkez? Like, you tell us first your opinion. We can
for sure, because my main annoyance is the last 2 or 3 years before we got Kerkez. I've been on many of your streams where you're airing into Rabo, and the first thing you say is, when is his cross gonna go past the first man? That was one of your main criticisms of Rabo over the last few years, and rightfully so. And I'd love to know when the last cross that Kerkez has put in has gone past the first man or hit a Liverpool player. I don't remember any.
When was the last time Kerkez found himself in a position to actually to actually get the ball to an attacker? I mean, listen,
the last two games. He didn't have any forwards. Listen. The last 2 games, numerous times.
No, but we haven't played Kerkez and Wirtz when we've had a Salah or we've had an Ekitike or we've had an Isak in up front, really. Like,
listen,
we haven't.
The last few games, when Gakpo was out and he actually had
I've got to be honest, mate. I've got to be honest. Just the one for me. Name me a player that scored a goal down the left-hand side on Kerkez. Like, I'm not the set piece. Don't talk about the set pieces, because everybody's fallible.
He's a decent defender. He's a decent defender, but you're a left back for Liverpool. You're going to be judged.
When's he been skinned? When has somebody had a game against him that you've gone, whoa?
Well, the first 25 minutes of the game yesterday, he was getting rinsed.
He was getting skinned.
That was just 20. That was just 25 minutes. It was just 25 minutes.
Kerkez, listen, and I'm going to tell you guys the truth, because I've seen the last couple games, especially the games where we drew late. The players panic with Kerkez a lot. When the ball goes to him late in games, he panics. He kicks it out. He can't keep his, like, his technical level is really low, especially for the price tag that we paid for him. He has no elite quality, nothing that's specifically elite. He might be very good. He's not very fast. He's not very agile. He's just a physical guy. But in terms of the actual technical level to be the left back for Liverpool, it's a clear, like, Kerkez is a very clear downgrade on the best version of what Robbo is. And I don't think he's ever going to reach that level.
But I think every
Well,
left back in the
Robbo's been
world,
for like about 5 years. So
I think every left back in the world is a downgrade
high
on what
bar.
Robbo was.
Okay,
It's
all right.
just
I don't think so. I think there's a
Robbo at his prime.
who would you
Robertson at his
prefer?
prime.
In left back over Kerkez right now in Liverpool team? Is my question.
That's a
Your
good
only
question.
option is Robertson anyway. Like,
Yeah, that's a good question. Honestly, like, in terms of who would be available, I don't know. I just think if we were going to spend 40 million pounds, there's no way we couldn't have got a better player. No chance.
who though? Who?
I just
Actually, okay. Oh, you want to know something? One technical fullback that we could have gotten is Ait Nouri, but you would be speaking every week about him getting skinned. To be honest.
Yeah, but listen,
I think you're being a little harsh.
I didn't know who Robbo
for
was.
me.
I didn't know who Robbo was before we signed him. I didn't know who he was.
Yeah,
I know
because
Emeka,
a lot of people didn't
Emeka.
watch Hull. A lot of people didn't watch Hull, to be honest.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's not my
It
job.
isn't-
That's what Edwards is renowned for finding those diamonds in the rough. And I
But
think
there
that's
is
what-
none of those guys right now.
It
The
isn't
left back
fair.
position is not very good in the world.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot of world beaters at left back right now in the
Facts,
world.
by the way.
Curtis,
This was a conversation I had with Mo like 30, like literally 5 minutes before I started my own stream, which is, if you look right now, who's a world-class left back? Nuno Mendes at PSG, right?
yes.
Okay. Next, who's close to his level?
Balde.
You're going too deep. You're going too deep. Like
Balde
I don't-
at Barca. Balde at
Okay,
Barca.
great. Who
Who
else?
was injured?
it isn't
So
fair.
there's two good left backs in the universe.
No, you're just saying. I'm just saying. Of course, I know there's not a lot of them. I'm just saying.
Because
I don't think
Emeka, you're
you
asking
realize-
for someone who doesn't get beat regularly and is technically sound and can put a cross in. That's Nuno Mendes. Who else is like him in the planet right now? It's very difficult.
Yeah. And again, I always go. My main thing that I go back to, and it might be a cop out, is number one, that's not my job. That's what we have a director of football for. And number two, I did not know who Robbo was before we signed him. I did not know who he was, and we found him.
Emeka.
Just a question to everyone in the panel. Just a question to everyone in the panel. Who was voted the best left back in the Premier League last season?
I don't
Kerkez.
want to do that whole thing.
Who had a really good season before last season at Bournemouth?
Do
Kerkez.
you know?
Yeah.
Do you know?
We got
What's,
him at the
look,
right time. We got him at the right
I look at the Kerkez thing.
That's a good shot. Lewis Hall is levels.
Always
above.
injured.
Oh,
Always
we
injured.
can't. We cannot. You cannot judge anyone offensively in this team.
That was something
Yeah.
Look, guys. The thing of a fullback, yeah. The thing of a fullback should be, it should be defending first in football going forward. I hear it. Kerkez, look, Altonori is a good player, yeah. Kerkez is a better defender than Altonori, but Altonori is better going forward, right?
Yes.
So you got to find comparisons. You got to find how you want to play. Kerkez is a good defender. Yeah, that first 20 minutes he got skinned by Saka once. Saka skins a lot of good fullbacks, by the way, who's very experienced. You know, it happens, right? But after that, Kerkez bullied him. Saka had to go off.
Kerkez got dribble past once the whole game.
Saka did the old limp.
Yeah, he bullied
Yeah,
him. Look, Saka kicked him in the guts and he didn't even feel
Saka
it.
also had to get taken off.
Yeah, so I look, Kerkez is a good defender. He's
Yeah.
just not good going forward, right? And that is an issue, right? I said this yesterday on my live stream. I said, if Kerkez had Robbo's crossing ability with his way he defends, he'd be the best left back. We wouldn't be arguing right now.
He's not-
But the problem is as well, he's an overlapping left back that don't play overlapping left back in our team.
Yes,
So you're making him invert. So yesterday,
There you go.
I was watching the game yesterday, and there was a
Agreed.
bit when Cody Gakpo was wider and Kerkez was inside, and I'm like, this should be the other way around. This should be the other way around because Kerkez will be more threatening from that position. You'll be more threatening from this position. Like we got it swapped around the wrong way, and you know, and I think he's a good player. Can you upgrade on him right now? Probably. Cool. You can upgrade on players all the. You
Put
can
Gay-
upgrade on players all the time.
Put Gay-
Whoa,
the
whoa,
way we
whoa,
were,
whoa, whoa.
the way we were playing, the way we
Mention
were
though in the chat. I'm just going to mention in the chat. Like you keep on naming loads of players that are always injured.
Yep.
This is a big problem. with Liverpool.
Why? Wait,
Signing
hold on.
injuries
Why are
don't
we overcomplicating this? We're making this so complicated. You cannot, in one breath, talk about how fucking shit we are offensively, how no one can create jack shit, how Florian Wirtz looks like he scores 1 GA every fucking millennia, how Salah can't do shit, Ekitike can't do shit. You can't talk about how all of the offensive players suck fucking ass and then go to the left back and say he's not good offensively. Like, what does that mean? Every time Kerkez gets there, Cody Gakpo passed him the ball one fucking time in 90 minutes. One time. He got one pass. Like,
I don't
bro,
think
he
he's
played.
great. That's you guys
Yeah, but-
saying that. I don't think he's a great.
I'm not saying that he's the best thing.
America
since
on
sliced
Canada
bread.
violence. I'm here
He
for
is not the Milos Kerkez is not the greatest left back that I will ever see in my entire life. He's also 22 years old. But at the end of the day, my midfielders who are worth 125 million pounds can't fucking create shit. So I'm not going to look at my 40 million pound left back and say, I know that Cody Gakpo hates you. I know that he don't pass you the fucking ball, but do me a favor. Underlap him for the 500th time this game. Maybe this time it will result in something. And then 9 times out of 10, when he gets the ball to the byline, ain't no one home. Ain't no one there. And he's blind crossing.
Have you noticed that Kerkez has a go at everyone but Cody Gakpo? It's hilarious, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he
a
had
fucking
to go- he had to
dickhead.
go at
He's a
Cody
fucking
Gakpo.
dickhead.
He had to go.
But you know why Carragher does that? He cannot attack Slot publicly.
No, exactly. It's getting embarrassing now with the way he's going at our players. I don't get it. Look,
Listen, just watch Kerkez in possession. I'm not just talking about creating. I'm talking about in possession when we need to keep the ball. Like he's like the players do not trust him. And what I
But there's
fear
two different
is
times.
when we're in an important tie in the Champions League, pressure's on late game. I fear the worst with Kerkez.
But here's the thing.
Mistake.
Okay, can I just say one
Go
thing?
ahead.
Look,
Yeah.
this goes back to the core of the argument. This is why Emeka's arguments make Mike point even stronger. If I'm looking at this team right now, I'm asking myself, why the fuck did I pay 40 million for Kerkez to begin with to invert? Why?
Exactly. It's
not a center back.
Like let's address.
What about
Shout out to
Nketiah?
Kurdish.
What about
Shout out to
Nketiah?
Kurdish. Big up Kurdish. You get me? He was on the channel 3 years ago. Let's address root cause. When I go to the dentist and I've got a root canal, I say, take out the root canal so I can fucking be a normal human being with my teeth again. I don't just go like clean it a little bit and just put in whatever the fuck. And a month later, it's going to hurt anyway. Right now, why the fuck I'm asking Kerkez to invert? And we saw this against Fulham, Emeka, and you were in the chat, and we pointed it out. Moments, exactly what Jamie said. I'm listening to what everyone's saying, and everyone's bringing up points of shit that's happened in the game, and Barnes brought it up as well. Wirtz is further away from the goal than Milos Kerkez. Forget whether you
And
rate
Kerkez is
or
on the
not.
inside, not even the
Forget whether
outside.
you rate Kerkez or not. Forget anything. Whoever the fuck is the left back in that scenario. Why the fuck is my 100 million pound player playing left wing further away from the goal than a fullback who's only good going forward at overlapping? This is where I take a step back and I go like, until I address the root cause of this issue, it will be an issue forever, which is Arne Slot must change the way that he tells these players to operate on the football. Guess what, Emeka? There's something else is going to happen. It's going to piss you the fuck off. Come, whenever Salah comes back or whatever. You will be watching Mo be further away from the goal than Frimpong. Same thing down the other side. Do we think that that's logical?
No, I don't think
Do we
it's
legitimately believe that
logical.
that is logical? Now I know Mike's going to go like, Mo will actually pass to Frimpong and Gakpo doesn't actually pass to Kerkez, but I understand those parts of the argument. I'm saying our fullbacks are not like a Hakimi or a Nuno Man. To be honest, Slot again in the last press conference
He's
mentioned
obsessed with
PSG.
PSG.
I wish I'm his assistant.
Fucking annoying. It's
I
fucking
want to
annoying.
slap him. Like I legitimately want to slap Arne Slot. I want to take him in a room and just fucking
Stop talking about them.
stop talking about PSG because we are not PSG. We cannot replicate that motherfucking system. I've been saying
we
it.
don't have-
Midfielders are so
You know,
much, so
like,
technically
I
clear.
get more angry
So
every week when someone brings up PSG because Arnie, you bald bastard.
We don't have the
If
fullback.
you want to replicate PSG, why did you sell Diaz? Didn't Bayern want Gakpo as well?
We don't have the
You could have
wingers.
sold the Gakpo,
Fullbacks.
and then the whole dribbling winger thing would have made
We
sense.
didn't want to pay- we didn't want to pay them.
Midfielders that play like PSG.
I think everyone's.
No,
I
who's
think everyone,
Vitinha on this team? Who's Vitinha? Gravenberch?
I think everyone's got it wrong. He doesn't actually want to play like PSG. He wants to play teams like PSG every week. It's not. He doesn't actually want to be.
Yeah,
them.
Jamie's got it.
He wants
Jamie's got
to
it.
play teams like him every week.
Yeah.
By the
Because
way,
remember, he
no,
takes
you
no
just have starting
responsibility.
them to
It's
play
all
like
about
that.
how they play against us. It's all about how they play against us, not
it's
about
not-
how I play against you. These
don't
guys,
want
they
teams-
keep.
yeah,
You
They're
don't
too
want teams
smart.
parking
They're
in
too
Boston
smart.
and low block and
Yeah,
mid blocks
exactly.
against us. That's what it
You
is.
need to change.
last season, a lot of people wanted Anthony
Robinson
Robinson, the left back.
from Fulham.
You know, he gave the ball away the most out of any left back last season.
Yeah, I don't want Anthony Robinson. Number one, he's American. I don't trust
Yeah,
American football.
Mike can talk
Number
very
two-
well about him.
Yeah, number two, I don't want him at my club because he can't defend the heart that Kerkez shows alone. The man jumped with his fucking head to clear a ball. Like he shows me more defensive effort than anyone else on this team. And you know what? He's a little raw going forward, but so is everyone else because we don't fucking help anyone in the final third.
You know, I love this show so much. An American just said the reason why I don't want to sign him is because he's an American footballer. Great.
I don't want a fucking
Fantastic.
American footballer. That's like saying, "Yo, let's go sign Pulisic." No fucking thank you. I don't need Captain America who sucks ass at football in my team. No.
So Husam, just quickly to your point, I agree about the inverting the fullbacks. My issue is the last 3-4 games, especially when Wirtz was playing that left wing, he wasn't inverting as much. He was going on the outside. He was getting opportunities to cross the ball in, and he was hitting the other team every time.
No, he was in dangerous areas, but there was no one in the box.
There's never anyone in the middle when he crosses.
Is this
Why is he crossing?
We
So why is he
can watch
crossing?
the film together.
Why is he crossing?
That's what he's supposed to do when you gain
Because-
overlap. You're supposed
Exactly.
to cross the ball. What are you
Cross
gonna
it
say?
to nobody? Cross it to nobody?
No, okay, think
No.
about it. Think about it.
Ekitike is
But you're not
supposed to
asking
be
the
there.
right questions. Why is nobody
does-
there?
What is
Yeah,
what
I
is
agree
the
with you.
job?
Why is no one there? But if no one's there, don't cross it to
Ask
nobody.
Well, what is he?
Ekitike.
What else is he
Turn
supposed
back
to
and
do?
pass it to McAllister after overlapping?
Keep it.
If you
Recycle
get
it.
to the byline, that's all you can do.
That makes no sense to cross it if nobody's there.
But everybody does it.
No
Emeka,
one's
everybody does it. It's dumb.
Emeka,
But that's by design.
Jeremy
They just
Doku.
cross
Jeremy
no one now.
Doku did this to us. Jeremy Doku did this at what's it called versus Liverpool last season. People said he cooked Trent, even though he won. He dribbled them 9 times and passed it to no one. The onus is not on the fullback, right? Like the way
Onus
that
is
we
on your striker.
the way that we crash the box is fundamentally flawed. There's one specific clip from the Fulham game where Konate passes the ball through 5 players to Cody Gakpo. Cody Gakpo gets the ball, turns around, right? He's waiting to see who's going to crash. And what does Szoboszlai do? Rather than running into the 20 yards of fucking space, he just runs right at the center back and the ball whizzes right by him. We crash the box like shit. Kerkez's job is to overlap Cody Gakpo. If the fullback doesn't bite, if the fullback bites, play him the ball, whatever, doesn't matter. If you get to the byline, you have 2 options. You can either turn around and try to run to the corner, which doesn't make any sense, or you play it in and you hope that someone's there. You hope
The
that there's a
cross isn't
deflection.
even good enough. Even if someone was there, the cross is literally hitting the first. I've said it now. I'm going to leave it at that. I'll be early on Kerkez.
Okay, but can I answer your question about the Robertson thing? Can I just
watch
answer
it.
your question
Watch
about the
it.
crossing thing? You
Watch
said
it.
I crashed it on Robertson. You want to know why? Because we are a fully functioning team, because Robertson is in prime years, and because I expect better from Robertson. Right now, we are not a functioning team. I'm asking Kerkez to fucking underlap, and we have no one in the penalty box. When Robertson was crossing, we had Nunes, we had Jota, God rest his soul, we had Diaz, and last season, and even this season when Robertson's played, we've had Isak, we've had Ekitike. That's why I get mad, because he's not 21, and he's not being asked to underlap. Unlike
quality shows, again, of course, you need to be in a functioning team to perform at your best, but quality shows. Even when we were at our worst, like at least for me, I know a lot of people gave up on Wirtz. I kept saying he's showing quality. He's showing quality in moments. He can improve, but I'm seeing the quality there, even though our team's not functioning. The quality is not there with Kerkez. The technical quality is not there.
What was the number one criticism of Robertson last season? What was the number one criticism of
He
Robertson?
might get better. He might improve. As of right now, his technical, he's the worst. I'm going to say this confidently, he's the worst passer in our team. He's worse than Konate.
What was the number one criticism of Robertson last season, Emeka? What was your number one criticism of Andrew Robertson last season in the left back position?
He just kept making mistakes, a lot of errors.
Defensive mistakes.
Yeah.
What was your number one issue? What was everyone's number one issue? What was everyone's number one issue with Tsimikas last season?
Nothing for me. Big up Costas. Love
You
it.
can't. No, most people's issue was that he was shit in defense. Good going forward, terrible in defense. So now everyone bitched and moaned all last season that our left backs can't fucking defend. We go out, we buy a left back that can defend, and everyone wants to bitch and moan that our left backs can't attack. Like, we're never going to win. And again, I think it's very harsh to judge the left back when no one else is producing. Florian Wirtz has less Premier League PA than Benjamin fucking Sesko. And I'm not going to sit here and crash on Kerkez.
I'm not asking him to produce. I'm saying when the ball gets to you, please make a simple pass to your teammate.
Okay,
Emeka, when it's the 90th minute and we're away and the pressure is on, please don't just kick it out of bounds for a long throw that's going to go into the box and the other team might score. Please pass it back to Allison. Please pass it to Virgil. Please pass it to your winger. Please think. That's all I want Kerkez to do. Please slow down your game and think before you do things.
Emeka, I've got to hold you up on it, mate. I've got to hold you up on it. Emeka, he's got 87% passing completion in his own third.
What's his cross completion percentage? He's a defender. Pass completion percentage is one of the most overrated stats.
16%.
He's a defender.
You know what Trent's were? Trent's was like 22%.
90% in his own half. Like,
K-Mac, you gotta just watch
the game.
Watch the game. I'm not a stats guy. I'm not a stats guy.
I'm just saying,
I'm gonna watch it now. Again, I'm gonna go back because I did go back and watch the Arsenal game. He had plenty of opportunities to hit players. I'm telling you, he does not hit anyone with his passing. It's really bad. But again, I'm hoping for the best. Like, you guys seem very optimistic about him, so I hope you guys are right. Because we paid £30 million for him.
I think we got
right, and I'm wrong.
I think we got to be careful with our wording sometimes. I don't think his passing's bad. His crossing's bad.
Yeah.
Jamie, it's both. Jamie, it's both.
No, I ain't. I watch him a lot, man. He barely gives the ball away. It's his crossing that's bad. I've always said it. His crossing's not good. It ain't, right? But for what he's asked to do in the build-up, his passing is what the manager's asking him to do. So his build-up play from that left-back area is fine for what his manager's asking him to do. Now, I personally think he'd look far different in a Jurgen Klopp team because it'd be more of a bombing on left back, being able to get forward and having a bit more license. In a slot team, he's asked to play a lot slower. He's asked to play a lot slower because the team plays slow. This team doesn't play with speed, does it? It plays slowly, the passing slowly. It's just not him. It's a lot of players in that team. His crossings are bottom. His crossing's not good. I'm not going to disagree. His crossings.
Bradley's is only 17%, by the way. So.
Yeah, K-Man, the stats and percentages, listen, when you watch the game, you can see that his crossing's not great. I generally don't care what the numbers say. He's not.
I don't think he gets in enough positions to cross the ball, mate. That's not his fault. If he's like he can run past Gapco all day long, but if the guy's not passing,
ball.
But K-Mac, what I first said was I was judging him based on the period when Wirtz was at left wing and Wirtz was playing him the ball.
Yeah, those numbers probably from Wirtz. Those numbers
also look like shit with Wirtz on the left looks like ass. We look so shit when Wirtz is on the left wing. We can't create jack shit when Florian Wirtz is touching the touchline. Nothing.
Yeah.
The problem is there's no build up from our left hand side, is there? Because
there isn't.
And if you're asking your left back to invert into a midfield area where the midfielder actually wants to have the ball and have some freedom, if you're stretching the game, having some width, and you're getting your left back to be touch tight, go wide, keep the width, and then your left winger then cuts inside and drops a little bit, and then your midfielder can come out and receive the ball. You've got more variety in your play in that side of the pitch. We don't have that right now, so I think any left back at the moment would probably look a bit off it, playing the way Liverpool play as a team right now. Robbo's a legend for our football club. Of course he is. And yes, he's a better footballer than Kerkez. There's no doubt about that. I said it all last season. I don't think Robbo was as bad as a lot of people made it out to be last year.
Well, that.
Here's the other problem, Jamie.
Can you just pull up Leon's comment, Husam? Can you just pull up Leon's comment?
Hold 2 seconds with that, Mike, and then you could address that. Here's the other problem. Ekitike, for me, has a serious issue because he enjoys being in the midfield way too much than being in the box and attacking positions. Many times we are attacking into the final third and Ekitike is in the midfield and we have no one in the box. No one.
But that's why
I play Ekitike on the left and Isak up top in my formation. I need a box presence.
That's why I said the same thing.
We know ball, Barnes. We know ball.
Ekitike loves operating in the midfield.
Wants to be on the ball. Yes, agreed.
Yes. So he's your 9. He got to be in the box. How are you going to score? So you crash it on Kerkez. He crossing. If Ekitike is there, 8 times out of 10, he's going to be there to meet a ball. If you in the midfield, you ain't got nobody to get the ball.
Bajan, now that I said it, please just we're going to be on more streams together. Watch it. We'll revisit Kerkez. Just watch what I've said now when you.
By the way, Kerkez has got a 33%.
With the stats. With the stats.
Go ahead,
listen.
Mike.
Just Leon.
Cody's got 13% for crossing this season. By the way.
Yeah.
Cody.
Listen, Cody. He ain't built for that. But
yeah, Mike
Leon,
addressed this before we end.
Leon, the issue that Liverpool fans need to get through their skulls is that the way that we played with Robertson and Trent is not fucking normal. It is not normal that your left back and your right back can both play 60-yard ping switch on a dime without touching the fucking ball. That is never going to be duplicated again. We will not. There are not other managers who are going to sit there. First off, there are not other. You can't go out there right now and get a left back to combine with Trent like that, where both guys can ping at 60 yards. It's not normal. It's not. We're not going to replicate it. So just get that out of your mind. I don't expect any left back that we buy to come in and play an 80-yard switch to Mohamed Salah, and I don't expect any right back that we buy to come in and play an 80-yard switch to Cody Gakpo. Sure, maybe on the offhand sometimes they do it, but like when we were at our peak, our wing backs were basically 10s. That's not going to happen again. We're not going to have another right back that gets 18 assists in a season. It ain't happening. I'm not going to have both my fullbacks combined for 30 GA in a year. It's not going to happen.
Agreed.
So we need to drop that whole idea and stop comparing Robertson to Kerkez, Trent to Frimpong. Don't do it.
There's two things that will be the
I just
same.
want my fullback to keep the ball. That's it.
There's two things that will be the same. What you just said, and we will never see a replication of the Red Arrows ever again in football.
Never again.
It will never happen.
And stop this comparison of having a player that's going to replace Mane. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, it's not going to happen either.
Yeah.
Or probably
Maybe
Firmino.
with other stuff, just with the fullbacks, guys, it was an anomaly. It ain't gonna happen again. Please do not judge Kerkez to Robertson. Robertson at his peak.
Emeka's about to discover the
peak.
harsh reality when our next right winger is like on 11 goals. He does.
You guys remember the second goal against City when we won the Premier League? When it went from
you're
Trent,
talking about from Trent to
Robbo to
Robbo.
Robbo. Guys, that's not normal. That's not normal. I don't expect that from my fullbacks.
I'll be honest with you guys, man. We hit the jackpot in a lot of the players we signed. I'm real with you. Robertson, Trent coming out the academy, Mo from Roma, Mane from Southampton, Firmino from Hoffenheim, Fabinho at Monaco was playing fucking right back for them.
Matip is the one that everyone sleeps on.
Matip is the one that everyone sleeps on. Like, we kind of put multiple different pieces and they just worked. Like
Wijnaldum from relegated Newcastle.
And you want to know? One second. You want to know who deserves credit? Jurgen Norbert fucking Klopp.
100%.
That guy built this whole castle up from
brick by brick.
Him and Mark.
Jurgen will forever be the guy that built this up. So
you know what's the other thing too came out with that team? Husam with that team? The midfield, you couldn't outwork them.
Divock Origi, Jordan Shaqiri.
Right?
Name me better bench players.
Do you know what makes me laugh? Do you know what makes me laugh about that though, right? Because obviously, we all love that midfield, yeah. And then it got called the Brexit midfield and all this stuff and all that. And then, like, a few years later, we were saying we were begging for creativity from our midfield, weren't we? So we went and changed the whole midfield with creativity, like a more technical, gifted players. And now everyone wants the Brexit midfield back. So it's
no, I don't want the Brexit midfield back.
Yeah, I don't need Fabinho and Henderson again. But
no, I'm telling you,
in between.
I take Fabinho all day. Fabinho, man.
I want the in between.
Fabinho, Flacco in this team.
I want the middle ground. That's what I'm trying to say.
Fabinho on this team would unlock all.
I want you to go the midpoint. Give me in between Verts and Fabinho.
Them players don't exist there, Mike. That's the thing.
I know, but let me hope and dream.
I'm with you, Sam. I take Flacco on this team right now as a whole.
100%.
When you got a DM like Flacco, and a DM like Rodri and stuff like that, you know, all managers are now looking for these sort of like deep line playmakers, aren't they? You know, like that can, you know, you look at PSG, you know, Ugarte was their DM and Luis Enrique was like, no, he's shit, man. I don't need it. I don't need that kind of defensive midfielder. I need someone who can move and pass the ball, but can defend at the same time. They're so hard to find. You know, Rodri and Flacco at that time were just generational for what they did. They could defend and cover every blade of grass, but at the same time, they could play a beautiful through ball. They could put a ball over the top. They can move the ball around. You know, you ain't got like how many DMs? Where's there a DM in Europe that we can get that's like that right now?
Oh, you want to know where? He doesn't exist. That's
he don't exist, and that's why we're looking at players like Adam Walton, because it's more about
he isn't old enough yet.
It's more about.
I'd like to introduce you to a player that does not exist to begin with.
Yeah. Flacco with his penalty.
They're just a baby. They 100% exist. They're just 20 years old. They're just 19 years old.
And we need our scouts to get their asses out there and
they definitely exist. They 100 like there are midfielders out there right now that you could.
Hey, I saw a left back today in the Cameroon game. He plays for Rennes, bro. Can't lie to you. Listen, you make me scout. I promise you, we'd be cooking.
I'm not buying international players in international duty. We've made that.
We did that with Cody Gakpo. Look how that
turned out. I have one howler every 10, but 9 we'd be cooking. Like
Cody Gakpo was World Cup 2022 tax. That's
you like Kerkez. You like Kerkez, Husam. Don't do that. How?
Yeah. I did. But guess what? So did 99% of world football.
Not me.
No,
I said
no one wanted to see you do this all day. No one wanted to do this.
Let me say something about this little fraud called Emeka. You see, Emeka, you are a cloud of, Mike is not negative. You're the cloud of negativity that exists within our space. Because you never said, who told you that Ekitike is going to bang? When everyone was like, oh my God, this guy has less goals than Sesko. What did I say? The fundamentals of football. And they mocked me for it. And guess what? He's been our best signing, so hold that. Big up to Know Your Threats, who says, we all know Slot is not making this team improve. Majority of our players are struggling because of the style of this coach. Klopp would have made this team better. I agree with this.
Yeah.
I think
it's a league.
The style first need to change. All I want is just for a style change, and I promise you, I'm going to take pen and paper and tell you exactly who's not good enough and exactly who's good. The issue is right now, I cannot tell you, hey guys, 22 players are all bad. Keep Szoboszlai, Ekitike, and sell the rest. Bro, we cannot do this. We cannot do this. Like, it's just at some point in time, I'm gonna have to be objective and go like, what the fuck's happening? Everyone looks like shit. That's the biggest problem. I appreciate you know your threats and you're spot on. And big up to Ratmaker45. Big up Bruno Fernandez, Ratmaker, Bernardo Silva, Ratmaker. Big up to the Rats. Appreciate you, brother. He just says big up the panel. Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you so much for the super chat. And thank you to everyone who's shown us support and love, guys. This is like my 11th hour of streaming, so we're gonna wrap it up here. Drifty TV is currently live. They're doing like this little scary game thing with Ram, the little nerd Ram. So big up to all of you guys. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Mike Das LFC is in the description. Go give him a subscribe. Emeka that doesn't have a YouTube channel. Liverpool Chats TV is where you can find Jamie Phillips. KMAC channel is where you can find KMAC, and Beige and Reds TV is where you can find Barnes and Pops. So go give them all a subscribe, please. Like this video before you leave. And see you guys over on Drifty TV, man. Peace out.